Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Ian is a Weirdo. Today we're going to watch Hocus Pocus. I'm going to start working on, I've been working on a project that I want to do for my 100 Nights of Halloween. And I'm super excited about it, super excited to finally share it with you all. I think only one other person knows. So I'm excited to be able to tell the folks. So tonight I'm going to be watching Hocus Pocus. Feel free to watch it with me if you want and if you have access to it. Didn't realize that my ring light was going to be like right in front of my view. Let me just like see if I can adjust it away from like my. That's better, but see if we can mix it up a little bit. Okay, that's good. I mean, like it's not like I've seen the movie like 450 million point two times. So again, feel free to watch it with me. I'm going to be talking about the project that I'm working on. Also, if you caught my stream earlier and you were like, some of that yarn looks interesting, and then you went to try to go rewatch the stream and could not find it, it's because my dumbass got rid of it on accident because there were some problems at the beginning of the stream. So I refilmed it all, and it will be premiering at like 1 a.m. or 1:30 a.m. Tonight, tomorrow morning, technically. And I am showing a lot of things. I tried to do it a little bit more organized, but really it's just chaos. Chaos. So I'm pulling up Disney Plus as we speak. So I made some tea. In typical ADHD fashion, I have. So now I'm at 4 drinks, which is wild. But I knew that I would want more than the 3 because, like, my. So I have my Hocus Pocus cup. I have my Billy cup that I got at Spirit Halloween last year. So this Don't Lose Your Head is last year when Hocus Pocus 2 came out. Whenever Hocus Pocus 2 came out that year, I got this cup. And I have some like cold brew tea. Hi Lydia, welcome in. I'm about to turn on Hocus Pocus, but I'm also going to be chatting with you all and showing you the project that I'm devoting myself to if I can remember and keep going with it, because sticking with things is my forte. That I'm going to be working on for the 100 Nights of Halloween. Yes, I will be doing other projects, but I really want to focus on doing this because what inspired it was so fun for me that I want to just keep on going. So what are you working on tonight? Okay, let me get into my remote. Okay. I can turn just my audio on through my headphones so that you can't hear it, so I don't get any copyright strikes. I get to watch Hocus Pocus. I'm paired to the wrong device. Oopsies. Okay, let's see. Bluetooth. I get way too many notifications on my phone. Like, please, just stop. Got home from the doctor's out of town. Is that for your knee or for something else? Oh, I really want to see the new Descendants movie. Ooh, we should definitely add some Gravity Falls to the mix for the 100 Nights of Halloween. So, hey Leather, welcome in. So I am going to be watching Hocus Pocus. If you all want to watch it with me, you are welcome to. Don't feel pressure. We'll still chit chat. But I can honestly watch this movie 1,000,001 more times and never get tired of it. It really is kind of in the way. I'm not going to be watching a Hocus Pocus 2 because I'm not for your hearing aids. Oh, okay. We were just watching Hocus Pocus 1. It's a great way to start 100 Nights of Halloween. I have my Billy Butcherson cup that I got from Spirit Halloween. Don't lose your head. That has some cold tea in it. I have some sparkling water. I have some hot tea, which I'm excited about. And we are going to be watching Hocus Pocus. So I'm just going to go ahead and turn it on. I think this movie's been out long enough that there are no spoilers, so I don't have to be like, spoiler alert. And then I'll briefly talk about the project that I am working on. So my big project this year that I really want. So I believe I've shown this off many times before. So my catnip graveyard, it's just a little swatch of fabric that looks like grass. It's a loop stitch, and I cut the loops, and then it's got little pieces of little pieces of Velcro that help the gravestone stand up. And where's the other gravestone? I brought one. I just like freehanded these, but so like these are filled with catnip. And so, yes, we are 100 days out as of today. So I made this, and my cat is obsessed with it. It's his favorite toy, which makes me so excited because I've made toys for my cat before. My cat could not care less. It's just not even possible. So what I'm going to do this year is I am expanding it to be a giant basically I'm gonna make like a haunted mansion sort of number. So the graveyard will be attached to it, but it's going to be a much larger piece. So currently I'm working on the loop stitch right here. The loops have not been cut. I usually cut the loops all at the end. I probably should grab more yarn because we are about to run out. I'm double stranding 2 colors, so I feel like that'll give a lot of like color variation and be really nice. But let me go get some more yarn real quick. Ugh. And then we'll get started. Okay, backup yarns, and let's go. Yeah, I mean, he's spoiled. I mean, if you saw him, look at his body, he'd be like, spoiled ass cat. But he has the sweet moments. And the thing is, he likes to play a lot, but because his brother is a lab and shepherd mix, his brother always kind of interrupts his play. He's like, oh, I get to play too. Let me get in on that. So he doesn't really have a lot of time to play. When we try to play with some of the the pole and fishing rod type toys, his brother always comes in and gets in the way. So this is a toy we can leave out in the middle of the night, and he'll actually play with it while his brother's asleep, which is really, really nice. So I'm hoping that we can make it a little bit fancy. I'm trying to include as many stitches in the whole project as possible and just really go buck wild and create just like a cat masterpiece. A casterpiece? Master caterpiece. Nope. Let's just stop trying. Sometimes with this lip burn, man, I can't even drink right. Okay. Let's get this show on the road. And let us tomato. Now, if you can hear Hocus Pocus, I need you to tell me as soon as possible, because copyright strikes. I can hear it in this ear, so I think that we're good, but I just like to be cautious because I'm not fucking around. And the gravestones are great because like you can replace them super easily. They're basically free to make. Use whatever yarn you have, and if they get torn up, like who cares? As long as you don't have a cat that eats yarn. I would not recommend a project like this for a cat that eats yarn, which luckily my cat, because that's the one thing he won't eat. I'm using my M, which is an 8mm hook, and I'm doing the loop stitch. If you want to know how to do the loop stitch, I did a tutorial a couple days ago. So you can learn if you haven't learned already. There's a lot of ways that people like to do the loop stitch. This one hurts my hand the least. I've also been kind of keeping it less like geometric and more like organic, like adding stitches, taking away stitches like here and there, so that this shape is like a little bit more like a plot of land, rather than just like a clear rectangle like the other one was. Mostly because I didn't care if I had to like had too many or too few stitches in a row. I wasn't going to count because who cares? I'm making my grass super dense this time, and I'm super excited for how it'll turn out. I hope it turns out good. I hope he likes it. If he doesn't, get a new cat. Yeah, my cat doesn't eat yarn, just meshy things, tulle and laundry sheets. Anything that will cause him to die. We've learned to adjust. Oh my gosh, did any of you watch NCIS? I was gooped, gagged, like like that Zachary Banks, Hottie McBody over here, like turned into what he turned into for okay. That he became who he is on NCIS. I was like, because he looked so familiar, but I couldn't quite like figure it out. And then my wife told me, and I was like, wait, what? You're saying what? With the double stranding, you really want to make sure that you get all of your It makes me sick. Really want to make sure you get the proper loops to secure your loop stitch. A recent episode. I haven't watched the NCIS. I think it came back, but no, he's like a main character in like NCIS. Yeah, they took a break, as far as I know, but it was on for a really long time. Yeah, but yeah, like one of the main guys. Okay, I think he's like second to Gibbs, if I'm not mistaken. Once you like see it, you can't unsee it if it messes with you. I decided to go with really, really dense grass for this. I hope it doesn't bite me in the ass, but I think it'll be cool. I'm also using the mistletoe stripe, so it has striping yarn running through it. So it's going to give me even more color variation, which should be fun. I'm a small child. This movie is so iconic. If I recall correctly, I don't think it like did well, like in like theory in or in like theaters and in uh, like its overall rating is pretty poor. So, but that doesn't mean it's not one of the most loved Halloween movies of all time. Fantastic. Hey Zach, welcome in. I am working on the grass for a haunted mansion for my cat. And I'm watching Hocus Pocus. So if you want to turn on Hocus Pocus, if you have access to it, and watch it with me while we hang out and talk, you're welcome to. If you don't, that's cool. Halloween is officially 100 nights away. So I figure what better way to um, ring in the 100 Nights of Halloween than with a classic Halloween movie. Drink some of my tea. Might be too hot for myself. Some good tea. Good tea. Yum 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 yum. Oh my gosh, Sarah Jessica Parker. Ridiculously hot. Ridiculously hot. I don't think I'll be doing things every day for 100 Nights of Halloween because uh, I will be moving very soon, which the video of everything I need to get, or a lot of things I need to start getting rid of, um, will be posted later tonight. Um, and I just don't think I'm going to be able to post every night while moving. That seems pretty crazy. The one that plugs into the wall didn't work, and I prefer wireless. That's pretty cool. At first, I was just going to use this mistletoe yarn, or what is it, mistletoe stripe yarn from Big Twist, but I didn't really want my grass to have like clear stripes into it, so that's where I was like, and plus I didn't like it with the color of the current graveyard, so I was like, oh well, if I add this color, then it will change the overall like tone of it, and then there'll be a lot more like dimension in it. So I'm really happy that I did that because I feel like it's going really well. And you can't really see that there are clear stripes in it, but once you like, it's just like so much dimension in the grass. I think you could even have carried two of the mistletoe stripes together. Moving is such a pain. Yeah, don't get me started. I really wish that yeah, not looking forward to it. But I need to lighten my load quite a bit. And I did a live today talking about showing a lot of the yarn I need to get rid of. Um, so uh, hopefully some people can help me. Um, like I'm gonna be doing my best to give like really good prices, but other than that, like I might have to just donate some because I just won't have room, and there's no way around it. Oh wait, beast. Yeah, so the loop stitch is a one-sided stitch, so everything shows up on the front, and then your back looks just like your normal whatever stitch you decided to do. So with me, I'm alternating half double crochet loop stitches, and then I'm doing a row of slip stitches because that'll keep my grass nice and dense and compact. Now, so I follow a couple like Halloween focused pages, not pages, YouTube channels, and um, like I believe it's Pink and Gray. Maybe it's another Halloween channel, but they do like a lot of trips to Salem, Massachusetts, where this takes place, and I'm always like, would it be cool to go? I don't know. It seems like it would be cool, but then when I look at it, I'm like, that's a lot of trip, probably not a lot of like, I don't know. Has anyone been to Salem, Massachusetts? Can you tell me the deets and if it's super, you know, tell me how it is. Tell me about the lifestyle. I know that they like play up the touristy stuff, but you know, good for them. So I reached the end of that yarn and switch over. The loop stitch is a bit of a yarn eater, so you have to be kind of mindful of that. Tubular. Oh, I hated the bullies so much. I was just like, they're so obnoxious. Okay, have fun. Check out the new Pro streamers. I'm just gonna like quote everything from this movie that I have not seen, so many times that it's burned in my brain. But what was that? How was school? It's so what's your language? I did think that Danny was just like the cutest little kid, just like squeeze your cheeks. Oh my gosh. But did I feel like the like like older sibling like exhaustion from her? Yes. Like when she screams, it's just like, oh my gosh, it's nightmare fuel. Little Taser Ted, what a drama queen. Oh my gosh, that scream. I'm a rap singer. Queen. Okay. that Nightbot job about donating to my channel. Um, I if you want to and if you can, that would be insanely helpful for me right now as I'm about to move. If you can't, I understand, but I know that some people like don't need more yarn or just like the shipping and everything is just like too much, and I understand that. But if you can do any of those methods, that's another way to really help support me in this move. But if you can't, no hard feelings. Like, I understand we're all in different financial positions, so just whatever you can do if you want to, totally up to you. Use a little deeper. Jenny was like fearless. She's such a little bad. I'm like, this movie came out in '93. So I was 2 when it came out. So I probably did not watch it when it first came out. But obviously, I watched it very shortly after it came out. And it's just an iconic movie. I just like looked up to Danny because she was just like fearless, just like sassy. I've been told that I too am sassy. I don't know who said that. Maybe like every person I've ever met. Hello, Illusion6. How are you? I am good. I'm watching Hocus Pocus and I'm crocheting and making a cat knit cat toy mansion. So, yeah, tell me how you are. If you are celebrating the holidays of 100 nights till Halloween, tell me how you celebrate. And if you don't do that, that's cool too, because that's cool. I don't really care. Everybody can do what they want. So what's cool about this stitch is it looks like, so it's little loops right now, but when you cut it, it looks like grass. So some people use it for like tabletop gaming. You can use it for all kinds of things. When I made this piece, I put little gravestones that had that had catnip in it, and I put Velcro down, and My cat loves to play with the little gravestones. He learned from his daddy. And and yeah, so I was like, well, why don't I make the most successful toy that I've ever made for him, but make it on a much larger, much more ridiculous scale? Because if I trade in anything, it's ridiculousness. Max, don't be such a dick. So tonight we're watching Hocus Pocus to start off because we are exactly 100 days away from Halloween right now. And, you know, what movie is better to start Halloween season off than a little hokey pokey? I have some tea uh, in my Hocus Pocus mug. I've got some hot tea in my Beetlejuice mug. I have so many Halloween mugs. It's not even funny. And every year, my wife is like, "Stop getting Halloween mugs," and I'm like, "Sure." I have some fizzy water. Just keeping very well hydrated because that's what I do. Stay hydrated. Trying to be better about it because I forget and I just don't drink or eat. The joys of having ADHD. I like how he's trying to prove that he's so cool, and it's like it has to be lit by a virgin. And he's like, "There's no way this is gonna work for me." And it's like, "You're a virgin." The candle just like calls him out. I see your tricks. Yeah, Thackeray, attack that son of a bitch. If a cat comes flying out of nowhere and attacks you as you're trying to light a candle, you gonna try to relight that candle? Really? Really? A virgin lit the candle. Um, I didn't map out really like the size of the structures that I'm doing in my haunted house. I have like a lot of ideas, but it's really just like what I have like space, time, money for. Got 100 days. It's like 3 months of just trying to figure out how to make the perfect cat toy. Like I have the idea that I want, like it'd be really cool to have like the main part of the haunted house and then have like a hole in the top where I could do like something like spinning around, like a little ghost like toy like spinning around so that my cat could like, or something like that. I've also thought about like having like a tree that's like weighted down with poly pellets that have um, little ghosts coming out of it, and then maybe do something like I don't know. I don't know. I'm still like coming up with ideas because I have so many ideas. Shishka baby. Hey China. I'm watching um I'm watching Hocus Pocus and I am working on an addition to my catnip cemetery that I made a long time ago. It has little catnip gravestones that attach via um, uh, uh, what's this word? Velcro. And my cat loves to play with it. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna build like the ultimate cat fun time, playtime mat. And so I'm doing the loop stitch right now. So it's creating a bunch of loops. So I could keep the loops like this, or I could go through and cut them. I like the way that they look cut, so I'm gonna do that. I'm double stranding my yarn. I'm using um, like a green like this. This is Premier Basic and Spring Green. And then I'm using a self-striping green yarn. This is Mistletoe Stripe from Big Twist. So all of these colors I think will go nicely, pair nicely with the little cemetery on the side, and gonna treat my cat to one of his favorite toys. So it's officially the start of 100 nights to Halloween. If you, I'm gonna try to do things most nights, do some kind of stream or some kind of fun, like Halloween themed project. I am moving, like, and starting to move like in a couple days, so I won't have a lot of time, especially at the start. But I'm hoping that I um, can still get some stuff done. So that's a lot. I will be posting a video. I did a live earlier, but it got deleted by me because I'm an idiot. Um, but I will be posting a video in a couple hours um, on uh, like the stuff that I have that I'm trying to get rid of and like destash because I just am moving to a smaller space. I don't have room for all of the yarn that I have. Um, and uh, so yeah, I need to get rid of a lot of stuff. I prefer not to just like straight up donate it because I'm afraid that I mean it'd be nice to like get money for stuff that I paid money for. But obviously I'm selling it because I like need to get rid of it fast. So the deals will be good. The shipping, I can't make any promises because I can't change that a whole lot. But I'm gonna work with anyone who wants to get some yarn on the cheap or as cheap as I can get it, as much as I can. And the more you get, the more I can like discount it and stuff like that. Because I'm just really trying to like my move-in date is Friday, so 3 days away. I don't have to make all like I don't have to make the entire move that day, but um, I uh, um, it's coming up. So I need some help. If you want some yarn, can take some yarn, that would be great. Or if you want to donate to the channel through other methods like Cashapp or Venmo, you can scroll up and Nightbot drops some links. This yarn is fun. I'm loving the double stranding. It's creating a lot of dimension. Witch hunters. What a pretty spider. What are you working on, China? How you did you finish your bowls? I almost said Durham bowls. I'm never gonna be okay with them being the Chicago Bulls. I know it's been like 20 years and I'm gonna need y'all to let me slide, but they were the Durham Bulls before they were the Chicago Bulls, and I don't know why my brain can't recalibrate, okay? Durham is in North Carolina, if you're wondering why there's any relevance there. Airhead Virgin. So I've always been very weird in movies when they try to make animals like they try to make them talk and like their mouths move. I'm not cool with that. I'm not down with that. It freaks me out and it's just dumb. But like I don't have a problem with maybe because I was exposed to Hocus Pocus so young, I don't have a problem with it. I think the movie that did me in was Small Soldiers. Do y'all remember that movie? They weren't animals, they were action figures. But like that movie, I was like, hell no. Like hell no. Hey, Lorna. Welcome in. Hey, Tammy. Came in at the same time. So today I am celebrating the first night of 100 nights of Halloween, or 2 Halloween, depending on how you word it. I am watching Hocus Pocus. So I have an earbud in, and I'm watching that on Disney Plus. And I'm making additions. Actually, I'm kind of recreating the whole thing of my cat's favorite toy that I've ever made him. Maybe his favorite toy ever. I don't know. I haven't asked him. But I made this. Sometimes I call it a cat graveyard, but then I'm like, no, it's not for cats. Oh, thank you for dropping a thumbs up. But I did the loop stitch. This is what I created years ago. I did the loop stitch and I cut the loops so that it looks like grass. I've seen a lot of people do this for like tabletop gaming and things like that. And like just any place that you want to do grass. And then I made little headstones and I filled them with catnip. I know that it's so fun, and I know so many lines. It's my favorite. So I filled it with catnip, and I put a little bit of Velcro on the bottom, and so I can stand up the headstones and leave them overnight, and my cat will have so much fun playing with it. So I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take my most successful cat toy that I made, and I'm going to make it bigger and better. So what I'm planning is a whole haunted house scene. Like you can see the difference in like the size right here. it's uh it's gonna be a lot bigger, and this is gonna be an attachment to the haunted house scene. I'm thinking like a big tree with maybe some ghosts hanging off of it that have the catnip and the ghosts. I think like a haunted house fixture. Um, uh, uh, Haunted house fixture. I think it'd be cool if it had like a little spinny thing in it. I'm not really sure how it would do that, but when there's a will, there's a way. I'm gonna try to do as many different crochet stitches as I can to really learn some new stitches, but also to have fun and make really diverse looking. Yeah, congratulations, Lorna. Damn him. Yep, the thumbs up is great. And I mentioned it earlier. What I'm in a couple hours. I will be posting a video of yarn that I'm trying to get rid of. I'm trying to destash pretty heavily so that I can move into my new place. But the money situation would also be super helpful. Um, so uh, so if you can't like if it's just too much with shipping and like it's not really worth it to get the yarn and you still want to help out, want being the keyword and can help out, I have Nightbot will occasionally drop like my Venmo and my Cashapp. Unfortunately, I can't use PayPal. It got hacked like a year ago, and I can't use it anymore. Um, but so those are the only ones that work for me. But if you'd like to donate to the channel, that is an option, but never mandatory. A nice thing to do, but we're all in different positions, so I don't want to twist anyone's arm into doing something that they don't feel comfortable doing. Just checking my email. So I'm double stranding my yarn. I'm doing a solid color and then a self-striping color. As a cat, I can make some stuff for her. Yes, this is a if a cat likes catnip, this is a great toy to make. If you want to learn how to do the loop stitch, I have a tutorial, and then I also linked a couple other tutorials that people do the loop stitch kind of differently. I found that this is the one that hurts my wrists the least because I do experience a lot of wrist pain. You can make it any size, and the only thing you want to make sure is that you don't have a cat that eats yarn. Like if let's say there was a hole in this and like polyfill was coming out and yarn was coming out, like you would want to make sure that the cat would not eat that. So as long as that's okay with the cat, then it would be a great toy. But I plan on this being my big project this year, because I just want to do something just kind of ridiculous. I want to have some fun, and usually I try to fit a ton of projects into this time of year. And for me, I'd rather oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Tammy. Um, yeah, as long as the cat won't eat the yarn, because you don't want to hurt a cat. You don't want the vet bills, none of that. So, but I'm really sorry to hear that. Having a roommate not pulling their weight, um, it's never been a fun story for anybody. I love the little Satan guy. So those are the links, for people who do want to and can contribute. There's never any pressure, so don't feel like you need to. An an English walnut cake with a buttercream icing. Whoa, that sounds super fancy. I hope you're able to make that because that sounds wonderful for you. I do not like walnuts, so I'm just gonna let you eat the walnut cake, but that sounds amazing, and I really hope you can get that. Okay, Nightbot Zone going off. Okay. I know, doesn't that sound incredible? And so fancy. And he's a virgin. Okay, so we flip our work, and now we're working from the backside, and that's what we would do our um like, and usually make for Christmas. That's so nice. Wow, what a wonderful gift to yourself. When's your birthday? Yellow moist cake. Gonna head out now after 3 a.m. Oh my goodness, yes. Well, sleep well, Lorna. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. I hope you have a very restful evening and a great day tomorrow. So thank you for hanging out with us. Appreciate it. Oh, I don't like any nuts, but still cool. It's still. I mean, the great thing is you can like it, and that's great. So I'm also not a huge cake person myself. So like, yeah, I've just never been. I think it's like a textural thing. Kind of tastes like a sponge, like just the texture of a sponge, which I'm not like, you know. But I'm weird about textures, so I don't, I'm not too worried about not liking cake. I'm an adult. I can pretty much choose when I have cake. You're just trying to start a poncho. Ooh, cool. Tell me some details about your poncho. 2 days from today. Oh, nice. I hope you're able to make that dream cake of yours. This is a very easy stitch to get in the groove of. I really like it a lot, and I encourage that if you're trying to switch up your crochet and do something a little bit different with textures, I'm a big texture nut. Like I just love changing that up. Sorry, I'm about to sneeze. Um, uh, this loop stitch is really good. You can use it. You can make it really. You make any loops really long, and you can do fringe with it. You can make loops. You can put it at the bottom of the top, like sleeves with pants. You can put it on hats. You can like I've seen people do like wigs, like granny wigs, where they did the loop stitch around like curlers. Like there's so much fun you can have with this stitch. It's kind of one of those like endless possibility stitches, I feel, and something that you don't see a ton of, so you can have a lot of fun with it. I get cake maybe twice a year now. Well, I mean, that is a good start, and hopefully you can get cake when you really want it, when you need it. Trying to figure out what I want to say, how I want to say. It's from Cinnamon Stitches. I don't know what that is, but that sounds really good because I love cinnamon. I like how like when the dad realizes it's not like Danny that's hurt. Uh, he's like, "Oh, I assume you got this girl pregnant immediately. We've been here for less than 24 hours, but she's probably pregnant, right?" Like that's his like initial go to. How much candy have you had, honey? Phone line out there and dismissed it. What's going on? It's pumpkin and gray was the uh, was the channel that I was trying to refer to earlier that I forgot. I feel like I've heard of Cinnamon Stitches, but I don't quite know who they are. Earbud in a little bit so I can hear the movie. So, what are you planning on doing for your poncho, Timmy? And it's hell to pay. I like that it's obviously not the sisters like singing. We now have another Lydia coming to Michelle's. Lydia, I was like, wow. Oh, okay. So Sweet Rolls, Frosty Yarn, and Jen's Favorite Poncho by Cinnamon Stitches. Okay, so Cinnamon Stitches. Okay, okay. Now I'm putting it all together. Okay. I can't wait to go check that out. I don't. I The closest I ever got to making a poncho was making like a kimono style poncho for my friend that I did not finish. You saw the video last Monday, so a week ago today. You'll know why. Um, but but yeah, I didn't get very far. It's so many stitches. It's like making a big old blanket. I have a Premier yarn in parchment, light pink color with a purple. Ooh, that sounds very pretty. I know they're witches and everything, but the comfort that these children have with watching humans burn alive is a little unsettling. You gotta admit, right? They're like, ha ha ha, they're burning now. Woo, yay. I know they're witches, but like, still feels a little like you're a little bit too comfortable with that. Maybe maybe you should talk to someone. That's me. Dad, we got a new cat. Except, you know, it's more like, no, we got a new cat. And then she'll be like, put the cat outside. Stop bringing cats inside. You have problems. I want to adopt all the cats. It's a real problem. Okay, Nightbot is turning out the notifications. Your oinker. Chunks? Chunk? Buns? Whatever. Look at that variation. Oh, doesn't that look good? It's fucking AstroTurf, baby. So I wanted to initially make this this plan. Stitches, I understand that completely. So I need to make it about twice the length that I have it now, and even then I might add some. Because it's better to have too much than too little property. Although I want to make sure it's like big enough. Also, this is really great for a bath mat if you're into that kind of thing. You want to make sure that you have an absorbent yarn. They do have antimicrobial yarn that would be probably advisable for this. Personally, I don't like loops in my bath mats because I don't like getting my toes stuck in the loops. You know what I mean? So you could cut it into that grass. You could cut all your loops and easily make that not a issue if that's something that you are particular about, like me. Learning to use stitch markers. Yes, I'm a big stitch mark advocate. Big believer that they changed the name of the game. So I definitely use stitch markers a lot more now and count my stitches a lot more now as I've grown with the crocheter because you don't want to find out that you're um, wrong like eight rows back and have to redo it all over again. That's so annoying. And I used to use the ones that are like C-shaped and like can slide off and on, which when I was knitting, that wasn't a problem. But when I moved over to crochet, I found that those stitch markers fell out a lot more. So I started using walking stitch markers, and they help a lot. And you can find them on Amazon or online for very cheap. Because like if you find them in like a Joann or something, it's like you get 6 for like $4, and then you get for like $6 you could get 100, a set of 100 or something like that. Like they're ridiculously cheap online, and they are not cheap at all in stores, which is kind of crazy. Hmm. Gosh. Sarah Jessica Parker, like singing to the children, like she's so amazing. So after this row, I'm going to switch to doing half doubles all the way so that I can make it a little less dense, but it can go a little bit faster. Because not every area of grass is going to be as dense as the rest. Okay, now flipping over my work. Is anyone else watching Hocus Pocus? Or is it just me? If you have any other movie suggestions, obviously it doesn't need to just be Disney, but other movie suggestions would be nice because there's a lot of great Halloween movies out there um, that a lot of great movies. So if you have any suggestions, please let me know. 2 stitch markers in. Cool, cool, cool. I'm convinced Max Dennison is like a fucking sociopath because like he um because first he watched these witches just burn alive, right? And then he like left those bullies, granted they were dicks, to die. And granted I know he didn't have a lot of time, but he just took his shoes back and was like, tubular. Like that's not a good thing, right? We shouldn't advocate for that kind of behavior. From my thumb. Well, 25 is linked. Yeah. It also depends on the yarn and your tension and the size of your hook. I mean, a lot can change that. Thumb to middle finger stretched. Yeah, it makes sense. Also, if you're dealing with something with multiples, and you gotta make sure you have the right multiple. And damn it. Hang on to your heart. Halloween Town. Oh my gosh. I saw when I was searching for Hocus Pocus, I typed in H and the first thing that came up was Town High. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Halloween Town has got to be on there. Debbie Reynolds is an absolute legend. Legend and such a good movie. And she's so good. Just how can you not love her? Yeah, that's a great suggestion. I'll definitely be taking that into consideration. Although I probably was gonna watch it anyways, but I can't not watch it. Yeah. That's what you get for letting your little sister crawl outside of the salt circle in the grave inside. It's crazy that a witch's like biggest like sore spot could be called being called ugly. Like that's as bad as it gets for you, huh? Okay. Can't relate, but sure. I wonder what the age cutoff for drinking that potion would be and having it work. Such a fun movie. I love this movie. Plot holes up the ass, but fun movie nonetheless. I do wish that they brought Banks back for Hocus Pocus too. That would have been a nice touch. Even though I know he's much older now and maybe his voice will be different, but it still would have been cool. Or to have someone sound like him. That would have been a nice touch. That great Banks is so hot. That great Banks. I'm trying to get thrown in the bedroom. That great Banks. It's worked 0% of the time, so I do not recommend it. Okay, so this end of the yarn is getting actually two letters here. This end of the yarn is getting all tangled up. Kind of like that end of the yarn just starts misbehaving because it can. You stopped that virgin from lighting a candle. You tried to, so it's kind of on you, dude. Okay, we made it through Hocus Pocus. I think that is a great start to 100 Nights of Halloween. Um, and okay, so instead of doing my now that I'm halfway through, I'm going to switch it up a little bit and I'm going to do half double crochets in between my loop stitches and instead of my slip stitches so that there can be a little bit more space. The grass won't be as dense, and it will be easier to attach certain aspects. So let's see. Yep. Okay, talk to you later. Well, I'm about to log off. Thank you everyone for hanging out with me. I hope you have a great night, morning, day, wherever you are. It was fun. Also, this is my first time streaming on Twitch in like 100 million years. So you can also check me out on there. This is the only thing I have on there. So I don't know why you would check me out on there, but it's there. Cool. Well, I hope you all have a great night, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.